Hey, hi everyone. Good morning and welcome to our live show. Hope you all had good weekend. Martman, Naveen, Gaurav, Rob the Scalper, Nimesh, Advisor, S. Wang, Saeed. Welcome all. Thanks for joining. So far we did the gap fill and we went little bit negative on Nasdaq and now starting to bounce. Yes, missed the gap fill this morning, but it did the gap fill last night. In the US session, it has not done the gap fill. So slight element of doubt still remains. Could they come down again for years to do the gap fill? But swings are wild. The range is huge. That is what is causing trouble. Highly volatile morning. Yeah, that's true. The range is wild. 500, 600 points are new normal. Just like we used to have 200, 300 point normal. Now 600 points are new normal. So right now markets are going sideways. ES is backing off. Russell and Dow are under sell. That's why I'm waiting. I mean we were short just before starting this live stream. It was difficult to get that flush in the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is strong, but there is a lot of weakness in the sectors. Dow, Russell, ES are selling. But yeah, overall Nasdaq is strong, so maybe we'll have to wait for Nasdaq to get weaker or all those sectors to get stronger to go long. Use okay, let's scalp small longs until ES is strong. Nasdaq is strong.
The Fed bids for 3-month bills totaling $6 billion and 6-month bills totaling 5.1.
The thing is, the stop losses are going to be so frequent now because Nasdaq has become such a big product. I mean, if you are trading couple of micros also, you can take a huge drawdown. I mean, that laid back attitude you used to see in me, I mean, I think that needs to be fixed. Because previously Nasdaq would move like 200, 300 point. I mean, for 50 points, I would always joke, right? What's 50 points between friends when you're trading Nasdaq? Now it's like 500 points. Anytime, we can move quickly. So, I mean, that sharpness needs to come in terms of trailing your stop losses, taking profit. Be prepared, guys, as a viewer to see like multiple stop outs. Yesterday, I think on Friday, I was demonstrating it so well with my members in the market open. Like I would just take stops, 7-8 stop losses and then one big winner. I mean, if you are not mentally prepared with that kind of attitude, you can see, right? Anytime you can get a big, huge red candle, all the good gains we had in those green candles, they could get wiped off. You have to be prepared with a very tight stop losses and trailing stop losses and quick profit, reversing the direction from long to short, again pausing, again rejumping like I'm doing right now. We are still long, but that red candle we had to respect. We had to take a small profit for the remaining contract. Again we catch a bit, again I'm back in that long, and again that motivation for that long, for that 777 area. That's our masters, by the way. So we have a little bit high conviction that it will happen. Resistance to clear here at 750. Yeah, trading and our reflexes needs to adjust in this changing market. Especially if you want to continue to trade Nasdaq, it will require some new, I don't know, like it will require more higher level of skill sets now, because it is a big product. It is going to move huge each time. Because in the morning from the get-go, that was our pre-market analysis, that it is very likely that we can do the gap fill. But do it in 5 minutes. Say 500 points was not my analysis. That's the problem. The speed of movement and the range is so huge. Like we things could things could slip out of hand very quickly. Yeah, either you have to move on a higher time frame, or you have to reduce the size, or if you are continuing to trade with the same size, you have to have stop losses, capability of flipping from long to short. There has to be some adjustment made, guys. You cannot come with the same old style you might be following before and still expect, like, it will continue to work now. It won't. Either you have to size down, either you have to change the product from Nasdaq to ES, or from MNQ to MES, or like, right, first time frame change, like advisor mentioned, from 3 to 5 minute, maybe you have to go to 5, 10 or 15 minutes time frame. Second, if you are not changing time frame, you don't have that much of patience now to wait for 15 minutes. You still would like to get a result in your open trade within 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Then you have to size down. If you're not sizing down, you're not changing time frame, then you need to build a more sharper reflexes of taking a stop losses, reversing the direction,
in 3-month bills. The prior high yield was
taking more stop losses,
5%, and the private to cover was 2.68. The US is also due to sell $79 billion in 6-month bills, with a prior high yield of 3.84% and a private to cover of 2.51.
Look at that, I almost got stopped out. I might still get stopped out, but if this is catching a bit, I don't mind increasing size a little bit more, because I have a little bit higher conviction on that number. I told you, right? It's our masters. Soul Invictus, good morning and welcome. Look at that freak starting to sell. Okay, catching a bid, going back to increasing size. Yeah, trading has to be changed now, guys. You cannot, I was just told you, right? Expect something different, expect something which you did not see before from me. Like, people always appreciated, I really like that cool, calm, relaxed attitude you show. I really like the way you hold your trade. I like your nonchalant attitude. But guys, I need to adjust now. It is a dangerous product. Either I must like 3 things, guys, you must focus on. Increase your time frame. Yeah, Soul Invictus. Yeah, I can relate with that comment. See, now you're speaking my language, right? RDGD. Soul Invictus tried to say that, and I was angry on him, but he was right. I used to be a little bit laid back, but I need to step up a little bit more and become more sharper now, because this product, we can see it just now, our trade was profitable, and this comes down and stops me out. A winning trade becomes a big loser. It has moved to momentum trading. Yeah, it's not going to be this crazy all the time, in my opinion. Right now, again, because we are under the sell, VIX is high. So yeah, VIX is in higher teens, close to 20, and we are in the sell cycle. That is the reason why once we are back to making all-time highs, things might settle down again. But yeah, even at the all-time high, we all know, right? Anytime they can sell off. In fact, it's more bigger problem when we are at all-time high. They can sell 1,000, 1,500 and 1,700 points like they did 2 weeks ago at all-time high. To bring the market down, they have to sell more than 1,000 points on Nasdaq. So the range issue is always going to be, there. So far in this trade, right, we were profitable, we were in green, we got nice 2 green candles, and this pullback now is putting us in trouble. Those profitable contracts we had, either we should have trailed very tight with the remaining contract. Now because of this remaining contract, that profitable trade could turn into a big loser now. You have to be very quick in taking profits, or some adjustment must be made. Else staying green throughout the day is going to be a very impossible task. or you have to be very selective. Like you have to be very selective. Like this is the only trade I am prepared to take today. If it doesn't happen, there will be no trade for me. So these 4 things we discussed. Pick your poison. Increase time frame, reduce size, like be prepared to change direction from long to short, trailing tight.
Trump on Truth Social says we will take the appropriate action on Fed Cook's lawsuits.
Or be very selective. This trade I am not interested at all. If only this happens, then I am going to trade.
So Trump is still saying that he does want to try and get Fed Cook removed, saying that he will take appropriate action. This is following the Supreme Court, who have blocked Trump's Fed firing, but does allow the removal of other agencies.
Just got stopped out for no reason.
In 5 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, the US is due to sell $92 billion in 3-month bills. The prior high yield was 3.695%. The private cover was 2.68. The US is also due to sell $79 billion in 6-month bills, with a prior high yield of 3.84% and a private cover of 2.51.
Stop filled.
Okay, how do I get this long?
Voice news disconnected.
We're shortly expecting the results from both the 3- and 6-month bill auctions.
Yeah, opening range was 235 points, advisor. We saw that. It was a crazy range. Naveen even joked about it. He had no choice than just to laugh at the market, the way it was moving. So that's our masters, guys. I told you, right? I have a bit higher conviction on that 777 zone. It will happen. It is our masters. And I'll try to leave one runner beyond that point. Beyond that point, what is the point? Point is the new session highs. 840 is the previous high. The way we are moving, Nasdaq is stronger. Russell and Dow are still selling. Gold is weak. ES is a follower. Nasdaq is the leader. Let's have Nasdaq make a new session high. So yeah, guys, our levels are going to be very key. But on top of that, I am making constant adjustments and demonstrations like what needs to be done to be profitable in this market now with the Nasdaq especially. I'm sure ES trader, maybe you can share your opinion. ES trader, are you finding it easy? It's tough out there for Nasdaq traders. It's very tough. 1,000-point movement like we saw after that Micron's earning next morning at the open. The week before we had 1,700-point down, 1,500-point down movement in a day. Today we had overall, I think if you measure from top to bottom, we had overall 600 points, like from the highs all the way till low. We moved good 560 points today. So we are, I mean, the market is demanding make some changes, else you will not survive in this market. Is way better than NQ, Amit. Nasdaq is good. I mean, the thing is, people who are used to this volatility like I like the volatility in Nasdaq. As a streamer, as a YouTuber here, it gives us good opportunity, guys. It gives us losses, but it gives us some big winners. So we are used to that. We have people watching our trades. We need reaction. We need answers. Either wrong or right. We need some answers. So Nasdaq gives us quick answer. That's why we love Nasdaq trading on the live here. But with my personal money in my personal accounts, I think I am good with ES.
Cover of 2.32, 2.32.
Because
3 months, the US has sold $92 billion and awarded 85.81% of bids at high. 6-month high rate of 3.84%, 3.84%, with a bid to cover of 2.54, 2.54. The US selling $79 billion and awarding 96.12% of bids at high.
Okay, yeah. So don't worry, guys. Previously I was saying, right? Maybe we'll just share only levels on Nasdaq and ES because it's too much of effort for me. But seeing what is going on in the market, I don't think I'll take away ES, Russell and Dow especially from you. Even gold will be there, so it's okay. It's more effort for me to calculate all these levels. But guys, at the end, you will pay me money only if you are making money, right? So I need to make sure that the levels are there for you in Russell, Dow, all the time. Gold, if things get really hard in one product, you can always switch the product. No guys, I think news volume is good. Were you able to hear news? Others? RM, maybe you just need to refresh your browser. So I had to leave early today, guys. My daughters, they have dentist appointment. So we'll see. Around 2:30 I may have to leave. You did not hear the news, Elliot? Okay, I'll try to increase the volume. But I think I ended up increasing the music. Okay, you can hear the voice, but the news volume seems to be low. Yes. No, but I can increase, news volume also. But I think last time people said that the music volume went high. Okay, so let's try to fix it. Okay, yeah, no, but I refreshed the browser on that news. Now the news should be audible to you. Okay, next time there is news, just let me know. If you want me to further increase the volume of news, I can do that. But increasing the volume for news will also increase the volume of music. So you'll have to tell me that music is okay as well. Can you hear the music? Is music volume okay? I can reduce music volume if you want. Okay, so are we buying this pullback? It is possible, guys. There is a slight doubt we have. ES did not do the gap fill, so there is possible. Especially Russell and Dow are still selling, guys. Russell and Dow are still continuing. Music is there now. Can hear it? Okay. Nasdaq is looking good. 900 levels can come into play in Nasdaq. What change related message did you share with the member? No change. We were like, not now, a month ago we were talking about, right? It was getting too much for me to calculate this many levels. So can we, not do Russell or Dow? We were just having a discussion, but given how crazy Nasdaq has become, I don't want to take away Russell and Dow options from my members. They will continue to have levels for Russell and Dow. If I can understand, if Nasdaq is getting too much, in terms of its volatility for someone to trade, they always have an option to trade Russell, Dow, which are still moving well in the in the sane manner, not in the insane manner. So that is what I was telling. And change in terms of the trading that you heard, I think, size down or increase your time frame you're trading, or be prepared to continuously take a stop losses, flip from long to short, short to long, or just be very selective that I will take only this setup. Like today, our classic setup, there was only one setup to be trading today. All we did is the gap fill, right? It's a midpoint retracement trade. At the morning we sold off. This is our bread and butter, guys. If you are up in the pre-market Monday morning, Tuesday morning, when there is no catalyst, when we are still not sure about the direction, we do come for the gap fill. We did the gap fill, we took a bounce of it. Simple. So this is the one setup I was ready to take. So either it should be setup based, like this is the only setup I'm going to trade today. This was my pre-market analysis. So this is the setup based trading. Or if you are trying something, you have to be your sizing is going to be key. You are trading 10 micros, you have to size down to 4 or 5 micros now. If you are not prepared, if you are trading 3 or 5 minute time frame before, you need to switch from 3 to 5 minute to 5 to 10 minute time frame. What else? If you are not ready to do anything, you need to be good in your reflexes. Then reflexes must demonstrate more sharpness now. Like you are prepared to go from long, where long you can go short. From short, you are ready to flip back to long. You are able to take the tight stop losses. You are able to trail, very tight. So this many adjustment is very difficult for anyone to make. It depends, right? If you are 19-year-old, 20-year-old, you are very highly motivated. If you are in 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, they won't like this option. So something needs to be done in this market. That is what we discuss, right? Without that, guys, you are not going to survive. I am not going to survive in the market. Markets are ever changing, and this has demonstrated recent rise in the Nasdaq's levels from 14, 15, 20,000. Now it's a $30,000 product. You cannot be the same. You need to change as well. And I gave you 4 or 5 paths you can change yourself and your trading. Only one trade for me to shorted the micro into that midpoint. Okay, well done. So whatever works, right? Long or short, I am a little bit long bias trader. even with this price action, levels work with my levels are never a problem. That's the thing, guys. That's why I think I always tell my members also. Sometimes you guys are not. I hold myself more accountable than my members. If I lose and if I do a mistake, they never question me. But I am a bit harsh on myself. But it is never the problem of the levels. Levels, they work just fine. I mean, if you don't have a market drop like 600 point here, look at that. From top to bottom, we dropped 600 point. And you're telling me in that 600 point movement, you don't have appetite for like here, like a 70 points. You cannot be trading this product, guys. If you don't have appetite for 50 or 70 points, obviously this is just the member level. If you had our experts masters, it was not a problem. We still had a level here where we reversed. And this is the two trades, right? Two masters which we were headed back to after that bounce. So yeah, if you're part of masters and new paradigm, you had more levels to guide you in each step of that down movement and the reversal. But even at the basic level, right? Even our basic level of membership, 3 lines, weekly levels, it was still a very logical point to sell off from and reverse from. But yeah, having said all these things, in spite of having member level, in spite of having masters, new paradigm level, you still need to make some of this adjustment in your executions. So we are having this discussion very frequently now. So this is a kind of acknowledgement, like it's not easy out there for anyone, okay? So don't think like, oh my god, I am the only one who is a loser. Everyone is losing in this market. At least my gains, you can see right now, are always paired with some losses. Previously, you'll always see like everything is green, everything is super green for me because it was easy for me. So these adjustments are taking a toll on me also. I am having very frequent losing days, very frequent losing accounts. But it is still never out and out, full losing, all accounts like that. It's at least at 3-4 years of experience, you don't want to be in that kind of situation.
The China-EU trade trend is not sustainable. This is Sefcovic speaking on a call ad with China's Wang.
So how about that news announcement? Was it audible to you guys? So this is up, this is headed into 900, guys. So are we buying it? Yeah, that pullback into 77 zone where we exited our long, we could go long again. Don't short the market, guys. I see 900 happening. Hit that like button, guys, if you are enjoying these discussions we have. And this is the reason why people keep returning back to my streams and our community, because it is always moving in the right direction. If I make a mistake, if I am on the wrong path, I do share what Tom, you need to refresh your browser now. I think it's fixed for everyone. You will just need to refresh your browser.
EU Sefcovic says we agreed to set up a joint monitoring system for trade with China.
Yeah, I can see the spike also now. That you'll see it here, guys. If the news, you can see, right? If there is a news announcement, so you can see, right, the mic volume, which is completely red. Like this is my mic volume, which is, you can see, right, continuously hitting the red mark, which means my mic volume is very loud. It should not be at least all the time this big red. It should be yellow, green, and then if I am very loud, then only it should go in the red. But you can see, right, even in the softer voice, it is continuously hitting the red. So my mic volume is sufficiently and very high. And that music volume and the background news volume is the first desktop audio. So that is, you can see, right? I mean, I can further increase it if you want. But it is going to be very loud music for others then. Let's see if I... Desktop audio, you can see, right? I can raise it more. So music volume should have gone up for you guys. So let's see, when the next time news guy announces, you will see, right, that this volume will also reach in the red zone with the news readout. Sorry guys, I changed my computer and that is why all these problems are coming for you. I need to do this, guys, else I'll not be able to trade the market. I need the amount of data information in front of me. My new computer is very highly, like, at least it has Ryzen 9 processor, it has like 32 GB RAM, it has, like, you know, a 4 core processor. So I need that kind of data in my second computer in front of my eyes, and my older computer can handle the live stream and some trades I take here, right? So I had to make this adjustment. I think Thursday evening I did that change. So Friday we had a great day, great open, great throughout the day, except for that last fucking trade where I don't know, we just, you know, lost our concentration. Monday high one incoming. At what level is our Monday high level? Yeah, Monday high one. It's approaching at 916. Yeah, that is 900 zone.
The EU and China agree increased market access measures to balance trade.
So Tom, you're good now? You heard that news? It was like hitting that red mark. If I further increase that volume on news and music, it will overpower my mic volume. So maybe just refresh your browser and should be fine. Others, were you able to hear the news and the music now? Is it all at good level? Same question he keeps asking. I don't know, man. This is blame market. Don't blame me. Market has gone fucking crazy. And if I don't make these changes, you will not watch me. The reason you have been watching me, I have been damn good. All great? Okay. So yeah, but the thing is, market has become wild. And if I don't make adjustment and still be very good, you won't be watching me, okay? So this news, music, fuck all this, these are all just noise. What matters is trade and what I say. that needs to be spot on. So what we are trading for 777, our master's level is just below us. That's where we were long, right? We went long into that area. We are testing that area of 777. If this hold, I am still long, going for 900. Your Ninja Trader is lagging during the open for about 1 hour. Yeah, you need to get a high power CPU, Claudia. So gaming laptop or a gaming desktop with at least Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7 processor. If you are Intel person, Intel 5, Intel 7. I think Intel 5 would still be very slow. Intel 7, Intel 9, Intel 10, whatever is the latest. No, it's just that I was overutilizing my new computer. I was streaming from that computer. I was seeing all the data, but now I had to separate the streaming into another computer and dedicated all my computer resources to this one old computer, which is I think Ryzen 5. I need to have a good computer. I'm just looking for my this is my last upgrade. Oh, tablet. Come on, Tom, you need to switch to a good computer with a good, speaker. Tablets so tablets not work. So here's the setup, guys. This is long ago actually. I in Canada we have another problem. I think it's because of the trade war we are not getting a good import of CPUs and all. This is Ryzen 5, my old computer. So Ryzen 5 3600 processor or graphics card, 32 GB RAM, GTX. Oh, this is the processor, graphics card of 1660, and this is NVMe. And the new was AMD Ryzen 9. So this is Ryzen 5, Ryzen 9 with look at that upgrade from 1600. It was 3070. Now it is 550 something, 60 series, 90 series. So it's already very outdated now. This was I think 2023. So it's been 3 years. 3 years I am using Ryzen 9. So the problem right now when I go to my local shops here, they give me Ryzen 7 as a default composition. For Ryzen 9 it is not even available. I think it's because of all this import restrictions and whatnot. We are not getting many Ryzen 9s here. So I don't want to downgrade now from Ryzen 9. I don't want to go to Ryzen 7. So I'm just waiting for my local shops to deliver Ryzen. There are some Ryzen 9s, but if there is some problem I need to ship them back to US. That is a hassle, small problem in the computer, you need to ship it back to US. I prefer buying such thing locally so that if there is problem I can just go and put them, they'll fix it in a day or two maximum or give me a replacement right away. But you need to have good technology, Claudia. You cannot be using your normal laptops for trading anymore. So eBay Canada, but the shipping is the problem. I generally buy it from Canada Computers, which is a local store here in Canada. There is a chain. So we are already out on couple of contracts. Remember we went long here somewhere below 777 area. Booked already few contracts in profit. Now we are trailing. It might chop around here. Year old, but what is the processor? Do you know? Can you check the system information? What is your processor speed? What is your graphics card? Microsoft dumped. Hey Sandy, good to hear from you. Man, sorry man, that day I think we had little bit of disagreement and I didn't mean to disrespect anyone. But don't stop chatting here. We have our ups and downs here in our group, but we are a big family. Okay, so don't be offended. I apologize for that day. We don't want, ours is a very small community. If we have big egos with each other, we will not will not be able to survive. It's a good community. We have good strong technical skills. We have good attitude for trading at least. Well, you don't have good attitude of taking any critical comments or any feedbacks. Yeah, I have a little bit of short temper when it comes to accepting criticism. But yeah, at the end, don't worry. It's not like it's momentary. Like you are. It's mostly because of the frustration because of the losing trades, or losing blown accounts and missing a payout, or something is going on, or you taken loss on your personal money on some trade, and you are here on the live, right? You cannot, I'm not that, what you say, superhuman, where everything, if things are going bad, it is at least 20% 30% going to reflect in my attitude also. And I'm not that super rich also, where losses don't affect me at all, because I make so much money. No, we are still all in the same boat. We are good traders, good skills, but we need to be focused. We need to be making money all the time. Losing days, losing weeks do put us back in the journey. And especially who is not relying fully on the prop firm, coupon sales and commissions and all. I need to make money from trading. Okay, so that is my bread and butter, to make money from trading first. And yeah, influencer, membership, coupon code, they are secondary to me. So are we looking to short this? No way, guys. I'm not shorting this. Nasdaq is headed into our daily high, which is in 900s. So until 900 happen, there's no short. In fact, any opportunity, I'll be more interested in the long, like I have been doing. So top of the hour, maybe our progress gets stopped because of top of the hour. So we'll trail. So yeah guys, some of these things I'll keep reminding every day to you and myself, like this market is requiring so many changes. In last 2-3 days itself I have made so many changes in terms of my physical, screen segregation, where I want to keep what processing split, more processing power given to watching the markets, because they are moving so fast guys, they are moving and changing so fast. And if you misread something, if you see and you react, and by the time he like here, right, top of the hour, yeah, put the trail closer because it could come down, but 900 is our destination. It is just like that 777 when I was long here. I told you, right? You saw me at the live stream open. 777 was our number. That's our masters. We took the trade into that area. A pullback. We again are long. We are trailing. 900 is the final destination. In fact, there is something more about 900. My members know it, but at least 900 common minimum long should happen. And luckily this time top of the hour is favoring this move on the upside. Hit that like button guys. We got some good trades here. No drama for you guys, at least. We had some drama at the open with our members, but that's part and parcel of the market open. It's not easy to trade market open.
So the information reports that Amazon could pay more for Anthropic under a new deal. So Anthropic has renegotiated the deal with Amazon to a one based on tokens rather than compute hours, according to the information. So Amazon is evaluating other AI models to mitigate rising Anthropic costs. And we've posted the article by the information on the feed for those interested.
Back in a minute. I'll go grab my food. I'll be back in a few minutes. So are we still going to pick this up for a long? Yeah, I guess yes.
So, according to Qatari state news agency, Qatar's Minister of State of Defense Affairs discusses regional developments, aspects of joint coordination with Iran's acting defense minister.
Thanks, Bridget. Yeah, so we are not done here on the longs. I'm still pursuing longs until 900 and some change happens on the upside. Just have to be careful. Anytime the pullbacks, they are going to be very sharp. And if we keep waiting, it will keep going up without us, like it has been. I mean, I have participated, but it's a little bit of risk. But what I have done is every time buying the pullback, but once it gets the momentum, it starts moving, I add more contract. That way the risk is less. Execution sound, yeah, it was, at least in this computer, I think the stop is repeating. Like if I have 3 accounts in the trade copier, it is saying stop fill, stop fill, stop fill 3 times. And that order field sound, we had it alert, right? I don't know, I can add it again, but it might be little frustrating for some people. Let's see, order field, stop field. I just enabled it again, but there's problem with the stop actually. You know what, for stop also I can enable the same sound, maybe. Let's see. Alert 3. That grocery scanning sound, right?
ISNA News citing Iran's embassy say preparations for negotiations with the US in Doha have not yet started.
So in this computer, alert 3 is gunshot, right? So are you okay with that sound? So in my old computer, alert 3 was grocery scans. See program. It's it sounds. I got to change this sound, man. Anyway, I troll people, right? It's not a video game. It's not a video game. Look, now who is playing this video game? Where is program files? Ninja Trader 8 sounds. Okay, let's hear. No, this is not. This is confusing. What is alert 2? Okay, this is that grocery sound, scanning sound. No. So these are the 4 options Ninja gives. I think you prefer the grocery scanning sound or this sound. Gunfire. Okay, there's my exit. One exit. Yeah, we got to keep it tight because if this drops, we might get a better entry for that long. Okay. Got my full size I wanted for this trade in. Looking for a new high, session high, above 908 area. I think previous high is 907. We have our level actually at 916, I think. 916 is our level, Monday high one. That is the priced in expected move for today, 916.50. So yeah, around 914, 915. Hopefully we get a exit here. Again re-adding those two micros which we exited here at the highs, re-adding those contract. So let's go take out that high, make another new higher high. What's Tesla's weekly move? Do you think we head down from here? So Nasdaq is positive as of now. Oh, Tesla, yeah, already hit the upper edge. This was priced in move. So yeah, expect 401. Some back and forth price action. If markets are not selling off, expect Tesla to be consolidating here. So we have lots of job data coming out. We have private payroll data, we have Jolt's job opening, we have non-farm payroll on Friday. So markets are going to be moving around. But yeah, at least for today, I think it may settle for 401. So overall, you want market also to favor, right? It can be a 2 deviation. It can be up 12% or more in this week. It is possible, but you need markets to rally. So what you want to watch in the market is, I can share my upper edge. If Nasdaq has room, that's the thing, right? Nasdaq has room on the upside. It can go into 30,454. That is our weekly high on Nasdaq. If Nasdaq continues to rally, Tesla can double this move. Whatever is the move, you can double that. So roughly, we were expected to move 6%, 5.77. So you can just double that, right? You can double this move. That's the 2 deviation move on Tesla this week. But yeah, it will be a challenge because Nasdaq, as I mentioned, right, is going to rely on all the data, and the data starts coming out, I think, Tuesday morning, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, if we have to wait for the job data. There's a lot of job reports, and today the reason we are going for this 616, as I mentioned, right, that's our daily high, guys. That is the priced in move for Nasdaq. That is what expected move is on Nasdaq today, 616. You see here we are headed right into that 29,916. Sorry, that's our daily priced in move on Nasdaq, and you can see, right, we are headed right into that zone, 616. That's the expected high, and that's where we are headed. This last trade we are taking here, I think we are starting to get a couple of exits now, is headed into a daily high. So Satya, cool. I think you got to wait for some job reports. Job reports are out, market rallies. Tesla can rally, but I have doubts. These job numbers are going to be market movers this week. Friday is a holiday, so yeah, I think you can wait for a pullback. So ideal thing I would do if I were a Tesla trader was seeing here, right, on Tesla, there is overhead resistance coming up. There's a lot of downside, right? You can say there's a lot of downtrend here, down, 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 down. It's approaching that overhead resistance. I'll wait for the job report. Job report comes, we have a little bit of pullback. So on that pullback, then I again go long and target same safe zone, right? So good thing for Tesla would be wait for the pullback, maybe this high or this high. So we bounce, we put some here, we put some here, maybe, you know, buy 10, maybe buy 20, 30 shares or something, and target 401. That will be the more safer trade. 401 is your best bet. That is the number I would choose as my final target. I'll buy anything below it and target 401 as these numbers start to come out throughout this week. Make sense? I only ask, I bought this morning, I'm selling today. I mean, if you made profit, you can trail. Nobody knows how the numbers are going to be, and important is the reaction, right? Even if the numbers are good, what if market reacts negatively? They have they have their own data coming out. Okay, then you need to track that. So hit that like button, guys, for our experts level. What a beautiful trade. Told you, right? That's our daily priced in move on Nasdaq, and conviction level was very high that we will go for that number, especially after getting that kind of a reversal we saw. So what you saw so far, three things. And you are seeing the rejection as well. Well done. So this is where we are, guys. You know, in terms of my levels, I have these levels, right? I share with you my members level, my experts level, my masters level, and my new paradigm level. So this today you see market rejecting. It is our NPL level, new paradigm level. My weekly level is this one. Went straight into my weekly level. This is our weekly level or members level. That's how we call it. NPL, and this is our member level. This again, the bottom came exactly at our NPL level, and this is our experts level, final target on that reversal. How about masters? Masters were there as well in the mix. These were the masters. The chop were around the masters. The bounce point in between were at masters. ES especially had a great masters level attraction, masters level bounce. So yeah guys, this is how market functions. They move on the expected range of movements, whether weekly, daily, everything has a role to play, and that's the reason why I have this many levels. Everything, the weekly expected range of movement, daily expected range of movement, masters level where institution had bought and sold the market with big volume. I check few days back, I check few months back in the order book. So you know the past, you know the future. I mean, that is all you need to trade the markets. And I take the trade live. I just don't have, many people have strategies, this and that indicators, but they never trade live. I trade, you can see, right, the conviction levels I have in my levels. Until it happens to the penny, I don't back off. I don't back off on my trades. And hope you are able to appreciate this. And all I ask is hit that like button if you are enjoying this show. Helps my channel. If you are not subscriber, do subscribe. And if you want to become member, there's the link to become member. Click join button on the YouTube channel page or click on this link in the chat. When you click on this link, it will share this pop-up.
The Philadelphia Semiconductor Index raises its drop, now up
Hi,
just
and
3.2%.
welcome to my channel. So yeah, on that pop-up, there's a video you can watch which explains my strategy in great detail. What is my weekly, daily and intraday strategy. Members, masters and new paradigm. Click join button to become member. Once you are a member, you go to the home page, you go through all the educational material. It explains you how to plot those levels, how to trade those levels, how to calculate those levels yourself if you are interested in doing it yourself. My weekly and daily formula I share with you. Masters and new paradigm, I don't share the formula. That's my proprietary, so I keep it. But I do share my updated masters and new paradigm level with you every evening. Under the post tab, I share everything, weekly level, daily levels, masters level. I share my charts, how they look, how your chart should look like. Look at that. Yesterday or last Friday itself I shared. On Monday, how much will move. You saw this is the trade we took, right? 29,916. 29,916 is our daily high. That is where we exited just now. The midpoint was here, right at the same spot where we left off last Friday. So everything is measured, everything moves as per where the bets are placed, where the hedges are placed. And if you are trading just blindly because of indicators, I think you are missing out on that knowledge. You need to know what is market expected to do. And most of the time, 68% of the time, market respects those ranges. And 32% of the time, when they don't respect that range, I tell my members what to do, how to measure the new calculations based on that broken range, where the hedging will kick in. So there are many nuances. Once you become member, go through those educational videos. You get everything, all the knowledge I have with you. Plus I trade live with new paradigm members. I trade at the open for 2 hours. So once you are new paradigm member, you go to the live tab. We trade 2 hours before market open, half hour and 1.5 hour of market open together. And after 11 AM, I'm here on the live stream, free and accessible to you all. Ask questions, see my trades. I do still talk about my levels throughout the day.
Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister, in response to France's President Macron on Hormuz, says demining is carried out solely by Iran, according to the Islamabad MOU. Iran's deputy foreign minister says the situation is sensitive and complex, and they strongly advise France not to complicate it further with its provocations.
So I just checked, the music volume is really low, guys. I just checked it on internet, our live stream. I could barely hear the music. So I'll increase the music volume. Especially on this playlist, I think music volume is very low. But I think news volume was okay. News volume I don't need to change. It was okay. So we hit the daily high. I mean, now what next? I mean, market can consolidate here at these levels. Breakouts are going to be risky, especially Russell and Dow are still lagging. So I would wait here for the next setup. A nice pullback into 800 and change would be a great buying opportunity. Give me 2 minutes, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Anyway, we need to wait for our setup. A pullback is needed for me to go long. I wouldn't short this market right now. Nasdaq is strong. There is no other reason. Morning sell-off is already behind us. Tech is looking fine to me. Yeah, I would rather wait for a pullback to go long. Masters. Nasdaq. Yeah, maybe after sometime I can share the new masters level with you if you give me some time to calculate. Do we have weekly highs and lows? Yeah, I mean, I shared right over the weekend. I think I may have made a typo with my post, but the levels are for week June, July. I think for members I shared the new date. Okay, some of the dates are messed up, but the levels are there for this week. I shared all the levels. I think I fixed it for sectors. I fixed it for stocks. For futures I did not change the date. They're there for next week only. I can fix it. I can fix the typo. Okay, I'll post it again. Why you could not see? Just scroll, it's there. It was shared with everyone 2 days ago. Is there? It's just the date. I think I kept it last week. I forgot to change this, but it is there. It is posted 2 days ago for everyone, members, masters, new paradigm members. Here I changed the date until 2nd July for sectors, for stocks. But for futures, I think the levels are latest, but this date I need to fix the typo. But I'm sharing the updated one again. The date, the typo. So you should see it if you could not see it before. Okay, I shared it again.
NVIDIA say Anthropic's Claude models now available on NVIDIA GB300 Blackwell Ultra in Azure. Seeing here, Bergam says gasoline can absolutely get back below $3 a gallon. So again, US Interior Secretary Bergam speaking on Fox News here. Stocks of crude oil in the US Strategic Petroleum Reserve fall by about 5.5 million to 325.7 million barrels as of last week, the lowest since 1983. The S&P 500 extends gain to 1%, the Nasdaq 100 index is up 2%.
Wow, we reached 30,000 level. So I told you, right? Shorting would be a bad idea. And if there is any pullback, I would rather go long than shorting the market. No doubt people try to short it. So same thing work, guys. If you feel sorry, like sometimes, when I go long and market goes against us, it comes. Same thing, right? It happens to the short also. You can find it out. This move you are seeing is like crazy squeeze for the shorts. So it works both way, okay? He has a good sense of a long. But how about shorts, getting squeezed here? Don't they have a good sense of shorting the market now? So it, don't think like, when like it happens to me in my psychology sometimes. Yeah, I'm very good long trader, I know. If only once in a while, right, when market sells off, if I can avoid that, I can be little bit more self-controlled in those kind of volatility, maybe size down significantly, maybe wait a bit longer. But you cannot be perfectionist, guys. In the market, your advantage can be sometimes a disadvantage, but overall, like, if you're winning 70-80% of the time, 10-20% of the failures no one can avoid. And this is a great example. Yeah, shorts, they may have got a good shot at the open, but look at the way they are getting squeezed here. Like this is more damaging to them, guys. You may not know, we may have tried to buy here, maybe here, lost 1 or 2 trades. I already recovered that loss, but the way they are losing right now, the way they are getting squeezed, they have no idea. Like they are like revenge trading, angrily averaging down, and it just keeps squeezing them. So it works both way. It's a two-edged sword. You need to always find a balance. You cannot be like fully long bias trader. If you don't agree, like here, I did not agree with the short. Long is a bit risky. I can let that long
Foreign Ministry
pass,
spokesperson
right?
says
If
Iran's
there was no
priority currently is following up on the implementation of the MOU.
If there was no pullback, I didn't go long,
Iran's
but at least I did not
no
short it.
negotiations with the American side are scheduled in the coming days.
So is it done? I don't know. Depends on shorts. They need to stop shorting. Else they might get squeezed. We have a lot of room on the upside for our weekly upper edge. Daily is already overtaken. We have already gone past our daily expected range of movement. Next target is, go for the weekly. Why not? SPY 743. Our weekly high 7. We need to convert our number actually. 5, right?
Iran's Foreign Ministry spokesperson says
That
an
should
Iranian
happen.
technical delegation will visit Qatar this week to discuss implementation of the MOU like. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson says we have not started negotiations for a final deal as these require the implementation of certain points of the MOU.
No man, no overbought. I can go long here also if you want. If it helps you, take it. I go long here. I'll have to keep the size down because originally I would like a pullback. But yeah, as far as my conviction, my opinion is concerned, I don't mind going long here also. 950, 940 area would be ideal if it pulls back into that area to go long. Here 950, 940. But as far as the direction is concerned, no doubt, it's a long. So this is what I was talking about, right? You just bought after the sell off. No, I'm ready to buy here also. That's my sense of going. Let's not, I don't think I should talk more here. I think we did the same thing on Friday. It didn't end well. But yeah, overall, ideally I would like pull back into 940 area, 940.
Iran's foreign ministry
would be a great
spokesperson says
pullback
US
to go
officials' trip to Qatar has nothing to do with the Iranian delegation visiting Doha. No talks with the US in coming days.
Maybe that is what was needed. Me going long to get a pullback. Anyway, let's buy. So I told you, right, that believe in this long. So yes, for those shorts, think like, they know it all. No, they don't. They cannot see this long. Yeah, I still kept the size small because I still have those memories fresh from last Friday. Last Friday also I was very confident that the VWAP will not get broken, but it did. So at least I thought today I'll keep the size small. I'll not size up huge on this long. But yeah, there was no doubt that I was not going to buy that long. And that's the good thing about our live streams, guys. If I have an opinion, I'll always have a trade on. Okay, that is at least one thing I can do on my part. If I have an opinion long, I'll make sure that I have a trade on. There's always skin in the game if I have some analysis. Else what's the point, right? It's easy to read the market when you're not in the trade, but if you're in the trade, it's not easy to read the market. Because what happens is, most of the time, even though you are wrong, it is difficult to cut, right, that loss. Because sometimes crazy things do happen. You see something, something comes in between, some news comes and big turnaround happens in between. So that emotion or that is a dynamic part. So analysis is one part. Overall you'll still be right, but in that moment, because of your size of the trade, you get a pullback, where you take a drawdown or you are on the verge of blowing an account or something. For that momentary period, it can really destroy your entire day, because you took such a huge loss on that trade. So you are like always making that I know I'm wrong, but who knows, like maybe it will turn around here before this point. At least I would wait for this point, and waiting for that point, yeah, you are already down big. Which platform is better to trade from India? I mean, first of all, I think we are trading futures. So futures trading is not allowed from India for US markets. You'll have to go with the prop firms, the ones which we highlight here in the bottom banner. They allow traders from India: Bullnox, Apex, Take Profit Trader. They have two basic platforms, most of them, which offer. Ninja Trader is one, which is bit old school, bit heavy. You need to do installation, you need to install whatever, like .NET on your computer. If if you are not an installation guy, you don't like, you use MacBook, then you will not be able to install those Ninja Trader and all. You'll have to go with Tradovate. It is a web based, you can open it in browser. No, from India you are allowed to trade through prop firms. What is not allowed from India is they cannot have brokerage account directly in US, Indian trader. Like from Canada, I can open a brokerage account in any Chicago based brokerage and directly trade futures market with my personal money. That you are not allowed to do from India. You cannot directly open a brokerage account in any US or any Indian broker who is giving you access to the US market. It is not allowed for futures market. So Indian traders generally use prop firms. Yeah, they can trade their own futures in Nifty 50, I think, or the banks, whatever you have, but not the US futures. That is not allowed. Prashant, good afternoon, welcome. Long time no see. Still a long for me. Yeah, futures are in general very risky to trade with your personal money, and the reason is it's mostly used by institutions for hedging activities. When big money, big banks, big institutions, they trade options, they sell options, they have open risk. If the market moves against them, they cannot rely on the options repricing and the volatility. They have to hedge, and perfect way for them to hedge is go in the futures, take the opposite side of their trade. If they are long Nvidia and the markets are dumping, they can simply buy some, or they can short the Nasdaq futures, or they can short S&P futures, because the leverage is inbuilt. They don't need to have a lot of deposits or collateral with their clearing agencies. That is the reason why futures moves big. It moves suddenly and very sharp. Because if you are trading shares, if you are trading options, your brokerage company requires you to have a collateral, right, or like a deposit. But for futures, for a small deposit, you get big leverage, inbuilt leverage, you get big exposure. So hedging or covering the risk is much easier for institutions and the big money. And if you trade like with your personal money with big size in futures, I mean, you need to have a very big account. You need to have $10,000-$20,000 plus, and lot of knowledge and experience to be trading futures with your personal money. Best bet for the new traders or people with 1 to 3 years experiences, use the proprietary firms. Your risk is only buying their evaluation account or paying for their activation fees, $100, $200, $300. You'll be able to make money, at least some money, and build your own buffer. Once you have good 20k 50k in your accounts, then you can think of trading your own accounts with personal money. Okay guys, I will take the profit here because we are spending too much time here at this area. And I don't know, we could again, ideally we should push in one more new high because we had couple of red candles which could have pushed us down, but we did not go down, so we should be able to get another new high. Yeah, top of the hour is also coming, that's another reason. 4 more minutes to go. So let's take the profit before top of the hour. We might get a red candle next hour. Who knows? And plus I have to leave guys. I have to leave at 2:30. So I like to keep it tight here. Friday we had an excellent day. Except for that last trade of the day which was totally unnecessary. And I think I forgot to remove all the accounts from my trade copier. I copied that trade in all the accounts. Usually when I have had a good day, I generally trade less account as the day progresses. Friday I think I was trying to push really hard. I will take whatever, we'll close this trade, whatever small profit we can, and let the top of the hour go by. Yes, 150k accounts. But I took drawdown on some of the accounts, so that's why I'm trading slow now on few accounts. I cannot take more risk. Accounts which I have drawdown remaining there, I'm able to take more risk. So yeah, so far top of the hour is also okay. There is no initiation of sell. Man, they are getting stronger everywhere in the market. Things are getting really strong. The only thing which might prevent market from going up is the rotation within the tech. Like, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 names in the tech, they pull back. Other couple of names, they stay up. Overall result for Nasdaq is stay sideways. That is the most pessimistic scenario I am able to see right now. That some of the names, you know, they pull back. Like Apple, Microsoft is weak, can pull back. Apple can pull back. Apple still has those news from the last week, right? Higher chip prices, making them raise the prices of their products. They sold off. They bounced back after that sell off, but still there is some, you know, weakness in Apple. Microsoft is definitely weak. Microsoft down 1.24%, Apple is down 0.8%. But otherwise, Tesla is up 7.7%, Amazon up 3.5%, Google up 4.8%, Meta is up 2.8%. Excuse me. Sorry, cannot read any bearishness. So if a pullback happens, yeah, I would be interested to buy long. Not much, another 50 points. If you pull back into that 50 area again, same spot, right, where we had bought long here. If you pull back in this zone without breaking that low, I will still be interested in long.
Apple introduces iOS 26.6 beta free.
ES does have a little bit of, I don't know, it's not, there is a weakness, but it's lagging. ES has been the follower. Today everything has been led by Nasdaq. Semiconductors technology has been the leader on the upside. Nasdaq still up 2%, more than 2%, 2.18%, and ES is up 1.26%. So yeah, anytime if I try to spot any weakness, I have to go to either ES, Dow or Russell. Russell, by the way, is still negative. It's barely up. It's basically flat, slightly down 0.08%. Dow Jones is up 0.83, ES is up 1.2, and Nasdaq is up more than 2%. So that's one of the reason why I will have hard time giving you any weakness or any signs of selling or short is not even on my mind. Looking at this market right now, it's very strong. If there is a pullback, buying the long is the only option I would prefer.
According to State TV, Iran Deputy Foreign Minister says if Oman is not willing to cooperate on mechanism to manage Hormuz, Iran will advance this work. However, I saw readiness on their part. Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Gabadi says Iranian and Omani experts will start talks in this regard in the coming days. Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Gabadi says, "We told the Omanis that transit paths in Hormuz will have to be redefined and technical talks to be held on that."
On a longer term, week or month, what could be the market direction? It's Fed now, RM. They have Fed meeting next month. 29th of July, I think, is the next Fed meeting. I think that is what market will look forward. So they were talking about creating task force and whatnot, right? Market is pricing in couple of rate hikes. If Fed comes and tells there is no need, the war is over, oil has returned back to the 70s, at least it is at $70 per barrel, down much more from that $100 per barrel. They see the current inflation worries are temporary, transitory, or whatever the word they may coin, and they avoid giving any, at least any hints that there will be any rate hike or rate cut. They say that it's steady, we might have a rate cut if things stay normal. Market will continue to make all-time highs. That is the biggest worry market has right now. And the second worry is this AI. Good thing is now you have SpaceX, right? So their earnings will help the AI. If there is real earnings behind their whatever valuation they are getting, people are ready to buy
sources,
at
Apple
premium
is concerned
prices.
about a leak of the iPhone 18 Pro documents on the dark web.
I think that is what Anthropic and OpenAI are also waiting for. What kind of earnings and response SpaceX gets. They got at least a decent open. It's not selling off since the open it is up. It opened at 140, 130, whatever. It is at 160 right now. It is not selling off. It is getting added in the index in a very expedite manner. If the earnings are good, they don't sell off after the earnings. You will see flurry of all the AI related companies. Anthropic, OpenAI, many small caps. No rate cut, Russell will continue to rally. They love lower interest rate and new IPOs markets. They will make sure that market doesn't drop because they don't want these IPOs to have bad reputation, right? Because the corporate big money gets exit. When they do IPO, they sell to the retail at a higher price because they got in at a very low price before the IPO. So until all these IPOs are coming, I don't think market will have a huge sell-off. Only worry is interest rate. I don't think interest rate is a big worry. A big worry for interest rate was the inflation factor or the oil high prices because of the war. It is already de-escalating right now. And the concerns for the AI or the higher valuation for the AI, overinflated prices for the AI. Yeah, I just have to wait for one earning of SpaceX. Your elections, but midterm election, I don't think, guys, nobody cares, man. Yeah, I think your debates and all for 2028 election will already start a year or a year and a half before, right? The primaries and all. I don't think Trump will do anything. He's already subdued now, right? He's playing really low key. Even if he picks up Cuba, it is not going to impact market. Nobody cares about Cuba's economic level impact on US. Like Iran's war had a big implications on the oil prices and all this inflation and all whatever, even as a defense thing, right? Defense spending and all was huge. I don't think so. It has to be something really unknown.
Says Iran opposes and will try to obstruct any vessels transiting through the pass in Hormuz not specified by Tehran.
At least known worries, I don't see anything. Unknowns, anything can happen in the world anytime.
According to Interfax quoting Novak, saying that Russia still continues to consider diesel export ban.
So it's the same thing, that being said, I never buy everything at the all-time highs like that. Last time I think some of you were watching, right, how I invest. Same cycle we had here, right? What is going on right now? You can see, right, we hit an all-time high here, pull back, new all-time high, a sharper pullback here, kind of a head and shoulder, right? This one shoulder, next head, next shoulder. Market will do its thing, it's going sideways. But same thing was happening here. Look at that, all-time high, pullback, new all-time high, pullback, new all-time high, pullback, maybe head and shoulder, maybe this. Then the news came, right? This is where Iran conflict started, right? This is that war news came. Depending on the intensity, before that it could be a trade war that was huge. This was not as huge as compared to the trade war, because that trade war was against all the countries, big economic impact. This is still a regional conflict, right? It is still impacting Asia, Middle East and their supply chain mostly. US is just because the overall market price of oil is high, that's why there is inflation in US, else nobody cares, right? At least North America, South America, they don't care about Strait of Hormuz. It's mostly impacting Japan, China, India, Asian countries, right? And obviously Middle East, their whole outflow is stuck. So what I'm trying to say is, you have to always be, prepared for something like this, right? Which is happening right now. And if there is some news, right, this Fed comes and, starts becoming very hawkish. If Kevin Walsh betrays Trump and starts talking about rate hike, this economy is overheated and whatnot, then yeah, there could be a pullback. If he's going to not be a nuisance for Trump, he's going to be, his puppet, whatever, like we'll see, continue to see all-time high. No rate cut or no rate hike is also good for the market. But yeah, speaking of investment, how do you invest then? Because of there is always uncertainty. Nobody knows where the market will go. The way I had invested 100k I had here. In fact, I had 300k, out of which I had only invested 100k. Then I repurposed my 200k somewhere else. So that 100k we put like $30,000 here, 30k was here, we put 10k here, we put 40k here, and then we put another 10k here, something like that. 40, 80, 90. Yeah, I think 30. I put 10k or 20k here. 20k I think. So that is how we got 100k out of 300k invested. Why? Because we didn't know, right, how more that conflict would have prolonged. If they had sent foot on the ground, if the war would have further escalated, then yeah, I would have continued to invest more. But same situation here, right? Today if someone has to invest, let's say 100k again, or I would buy here. This is good level to buy. In fact, I bought here on this low. I bought 20k already. I bought 20k here. If it comes down again, I'll buy maybe another 30k here. If it comes down, maybe at 10k. See what they're doing, because at certain point, see, I don't mind buying bigger lot here, 20k, 10k, 40k. Then again I slow down, right? 20k only here. Why? Because when you are breaking levels after levels, there you could get much better deals, right? 10k, 30k, that is 50k, another 10k here. But when you don't hold anything, right, when you don't hold anything, then it can go for the big liquidation, even if it is temporary, right? For a small period it could come and flush that low also. So I mean, I can invest remaining 100k or 50k here directly. So you invest like, you're buying regularly, but if there is a sudden, break of a huge level and we are getting liquidated toward the downside for the stop losses to run through, you have to save some firepower to add here. Yeah, I would never add whatever money I have 100% here at these highs. Who cares, man? Especially, once you are in a position, market doesn't care about your trade or your position. You are alone stuck with your money in the market. Divert your money somewhere else. Why buy at the all-time highs like that? It's already AI and all. Look at semiconductors. They are the one which are driving the. Look at semiconductors, guys. If you see in last 1 year alone, semiconductors are up 125%. If you see in last 5 years, they are up like 400%.
NYMEX WTI crude
So
oil
yeah,
futures settled
technology,
at
semiconductors,
$70.75 a barrel,
very concentrated.
up $1.52,
US
or
market between these two
2.2%.
sectors.
NYMEX gasoline July futures settle at around $3.06 a gallon. NYMEX diesel July futures settle at around $3.33 a gallon. And NYMEX natural gas August futures settle at $3.18.
I'm not a big fan, guys. People say, US is very expensive, steak is super expensive, go buy Chinese stocks or buy, a cheaper deal. There are many, value names. That is all crap, guys. When shit is going to hit the fan, that value is going to, become pennies. The value stocks or whatever. Like, all the Chinese stocks or any, smaller companies, small caps. Always invest in a quality name because they always have a way to bounce back up. They have a lot of cash sitting on their balance sheets. They have a lot of R&D, dollars. They do a lot of investment in their research. Like this AI came from nowhere, right? This Meta, Microsoft, they are not able to do much. Microsoft thought that, they will just pay OpenAI, ChatGPT, and then they will have exposure to OpenAI. It doesn't work like that. You have to be AI company yourself. It has to be in your culture. It has to be in your day-to-day operations. Then you get the AI valuation. Just like Google. Google has everything inbuilt. All their tools, all their innovations are happening on the AI platforms. Microsoft just did one browser or Copilot. That's it. And then give money to OpenAI. that doesn't make you OpenAI, right? Or Meta, right? For that matter. So yeah, look for the quality names which are actually doing AI work. So SpaceX, I am open. That's why I am waiting for their first earning to see what kind of revenue. As of now, I think they are doing the key work just like Amazon was doing, building the data centers. Amazon did the same, right? With the Amazon Web Services, they started building a lot of data center infrastructure for the cloud. SpaceX is now doing for the OpenAI, processing power, data center. I think it's fair valuation. Their satellite business, their rocket business, and the AI data centers. But yeah, there could be little bit of better deals if they miss an earning or two, something like that. But overall, 1 trillion above, it's worth. There are many $1 trillion names these days. Micron also hit $1 trillion recently. I don't know. That is how I would go about investing in this kind of markets now. Still keep my focus on AI, semiconductors, technology. Looks like, but technology is topping out. Technology is technology which can become AI are the only names which are moving forward, like Google, Amazon, maybe SpaceX now, OpenAI, Anthropic. Those are the kind of companies. Nvidia, obviously Nvidia. You spoke a lot. I have nothing which I can take away and run with. Simple question, RM. Do you think SpaceX can become $3 trillion or a $4 trillion company in another 2-3 years? In first week itself, it was overtaking Microsoft because Microsoft has a pullback going on, and it already overtook, I think, last week. When it was up, Meta and Amazon also, it was getting challenged. So Microsoft is $2.7 trillion. SpaceX is $2.12 trillion right now. I think when it was flying high, SpaceX last week ago, it was already overtaking Microsoft. It has already overtaken Meta. Meta is $1.4 trillion. Tesla is just $1.5 trillion. SpaceX is already $2.1 trillion. So if the simple question you have to ask, do you think Nvidia can be like $10 trillion in next 5 years or 3 years? Do you think SpaceX can be $5 trillion? They're already Nvidia is already more than, at one point Nvidia was I think 5 trillion. It is already 4.7 trillion Nvidia, and it is not at all time high also. So that's the thing, right? And they report earnings. There's already like lot of data out there. So in spite of all this noise, overvaluation and whatnot, I think reality is there. People say like that and people stay missing out. But it doesn't mean, right? That's where your own common sense comes into picture. It doesn't mean, right? I just gave you example how we invested 100k, how I would invest today 100k. It doesn't mean that you go all out and buy everything and get 100% invested at these prices. But you don't go on taking fight like those short traders do sometimes, right? When markets were rallying after that whatever Iran news and all, what happened to them, right? They all got squeezed. This is they were debating with me here. They would come on my live streams and they'll start giving reasoning. Here, look here, this is that Iran war or whatever, like this is weekly, daily. Yeah, here on this recovery itself, even from this point onwards, you can see, right, from this previous highs we are up like 15% on Qs, and overall new all-time high is 20% rally. And we got it from here. We bought all the way in this low, and we like at least I still have some positions which are up like 35-40%. So those are the simple questions you should ask every time. Who is driving the market? Nvidia, Google, SpaceX right now, Apple and Microsoft. Do you think? Just go read, see their earning, and it's not difficult. People think like it's very difficult to read whatever, like and do the fundamental analysis. You can always just look at some of their metrics, right? Quarterly, yearly. There even TradingView has good visuals. You can see it. It will show you, right, how are their earnings. This is quarterly, growing, projected to keep growing at a nice rate, right? You can check more information. It's not that difficult, check their quarterly earnings, maybe check their yearly revenues and whatnot. I don't see any problem. The only thing is, being a technical trader here on the intraday basis, we know, right, pullback, sell off to it, liquidity just to run through the stop process can happen anytime, right? And especially if there is a catalyst. So I like to buy during the active catalyst. When there is a negative catalyst, after negative catalyst, market will back off. Even if it is all the fundamentals are solid, but the catalyst and the technical drops can happen anytime. So at least you have to be a little bit savvy when investing. You have to wait for such negative cycle, and generally comes from either administration or from the Fed. Only two people you need to be aware of. Like Apple had some news. Yeah, Apple, Microsoft dropped on that news. Others were doing fine. They were not much impacted, who were not very hardware focused business, at least who relied on the chips, right? Okay guys, I need to go. I need to take my daughters to their dentist appointment. So I'll leave you. I'll see you back tomorrow morning. Okay. Anyway, there's nothing to miss out. Don't short. Alright guys. Have a nice evening. Take care. Bye bye.